My name is Kayle Quant, and today I will be presenting to you about the negative effects of the children in Burundi have to face as a result of the countless natural disasters that they endure, as well as a proposed solution to help the impoverished children. 70% of the Burundian population is living in poverty. Of that 70% living in poverty, 56% consists of children. According to the World Food Program, children that are malnourished and hungry are stunted in growth before the age of 5. Due to the poverty they live in. Additionally, there are 9 million people in Burundi who are living in horrible conditions that need help. They need a chance for a better life. What have natural disasters already impacted for the Burundian kids? First, it is important to acknowledge that much of the Burundi's poverty rate is directly related to the natural disasters that challenge the country. One of the most detrimental effects on the children is the food insecurity. Without the proper amount of food, they are becoming malnourished, and this can also cause problems within their homes. Many children feel guilty about taking food from their parents who hardly have enough to survive, or their siblings, so they feel that the best decision is to leave home and become homeless. According to Lindsay Alexander, a journalist from the Borgen Project supporting children poverty in Burundi, kids feel better to beg on the street rather than to ask their parents for what they need, as well as dismissing the feeling of guilt and shame, leaving their siblings hungry. Lastly, adding on to the children choosing to become homeless, factors such as this can also lead to health complications. With the research that I have conducted on the impacts of Burundian children, it begs the question, is Burundi receiving the support that is needed from the first world countries to protect its children during the numerous natural disasters that they face? Much like the stimulus piece, Resilience Among Haitian Survivors of the 2010 earthquake, the Haitians faced numerous challenges due to the natural disaster that caused devastation to their country. According to Guatil Rahil, author of Resilience Among Haitian Survivors, the country of Haiti is culminating in centuries of structural violence that facilitate the perpetuation of inequities such as poverty, illiteracy, and preventable disease. On that note, children in Burundi are being faced with similar problems that the Haitian people faced due to the earthquake. However, Burundi is not receiving the same aid that is necessary to accommodate to all of the children's necessities for a better life. As I previously mentioned, 56% of children are malnourished and hungry prior to the age of 5. This is one of the highest rates of malnourishment in the world, and if change is not endured for Burundi, the number of children in harm will continue to increase. The 1.7 million people that are in need in Burundi need humanitarian assistance due to lack of sanitation, hygiene, health, shelter, and education, which was according to the Burundi Civil Protection. Additionally, the 23% of kids between the ages of 6 and 14 are not in school. Schooling and education are fundamental resources that kids need, not only to learn, but to grow. If the poverty rates in Burundi continue to increase, the future of the children will be put at risk. As depicted in the graphic above, it is shown that 85% of displacement in Burundi is due to natural disasters. This is a significant amount compared to the total population. If nothing is done to help Burundi's economy, more and more people, including children, will become internally displaced. One possible solution to help protect the children in Burundi is stated in the article, Burundi Moderate Food Advancement. It states that the implementation of a forced labor policy by the Burundian government would help to reduce the number of children who are forced to work for their necessities under treacherous conditions. However, the issues with this solution is that many different policies have already been drafted, but there was no effort for any change. And since it would act as a law, many people would continue to defy the government. The second and final possible solution I will be proposing is to continue donating to the organization that has been the most generous to Burundi, UNICEF. The United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund has been the most beneficial way to help the children in Burundi. So if countries continue to donate, kids' lives will be changed for the better. However, the limitations to this solution include the cooperation of more of the wealthier countries. Obviously, not all would feel the need to donate money to a country in need if they are not benefiting. And lastly, another limitation would be those people who are hesitant to donate because they feel that aren't aware of the complete situation that children in Burundi are facing. In conclusion, the most beneficial solution for the kids in Burundi to have a better life is to depend on the organization UNICEF. This organization is so generous and has already been the leading contributor to the Burundian economy and financial aid. UNICEF alone has raised over $16.5 million for the humanitarian assistance for the children in need, and with the help of more financially stable countries, Burundi will be on its way out of poverty and looking towards the future for a better life. Thank you. And here are my works cited. Thank you.
My question is, did your research go in a different direction than you originally planned, or your hypothesized go in a different direction than what you thought it would be?
Actually, yes, because instead of focusing on natural disasters as a whole, I focused mainly on droughts at first, and it was hard to correlate droughts to like internally displaced children because droughts don't really correlate to homelessness. So it was easier to go with natural disasters as a whole rather than one specific one.
How is your conclusion in conversation with the body of literature or other research sources you examined?
It's in conversation with other sources that I found due to most of the sources that I used were organization-based, so you can help to donate to the Burundian children and the poverty rate, and so just coming together as a community, it can help to address the poverty situation in Burundi.